Hola, I'm Bastin Alexander, and welcome to a fresh new video of my coaching series about the Reboot Your Stress Response method. In the last two videos, if you haven't seen them, then I would recommend to watch them first. I talk about like the anxiety and the stressors in our lives and how to turn them into pressure instead of anxiety. I'm a career coach, and I work with working women who are dealing with chronic stress and who are on the verge of a breakdown. And I help them how to keep their career or grow their career without burning out. And I do this with the Reboot Your Stress Response method. In today's videos, I would like to talk about the control that you have in your life, and in the psychology, they call it the locus of control. And the locus of control is nothing more than where do you focus on where the control is. Is that internally or externally? So the locus of control is about a person's confidence that he or she can control events in their lives. And I understand that like there are situations that you are totally depending on somebody else's decision, or if you keep your job or something that like there's literally nothing that you can control over. But still, you can always look for the aspects that you can control. For example, how are you going to respond to it? Are you going to ruminate about it the whole day? Or are you just going to wait until the decision is made? Like what kind of impact is that thought or that situation going to have in your life? You always have control over how you feel and how you respond, like what is your emotional state. So that's also part of the locus of control concept. And then, like I said, there's like an internally and externally locus of control. So if you look at the internal locus of control, you see that people with an internal locus of control have a strong sense that they have the power to change their lives. And externally controlled individuals believe that they are not in control of their lives, and it is instead chance, opportunities, and other individuals and events or circumstances that determine their destiny. So what you can see is that like the influence that you have over the end results and the influence that you have in your life. And again, there are situations that you cannot control at all. But if you cannot control it, if you cannot have any influence on it, then it doesn't really make sense to put a lot of thought or focus or attention to it, right? Because it doesn't matter if you think about it all day or if you don't think about it at all, it doesn't change the outcome. But what you can do is always be mindful, always be present, and always control your emotional state in order for you to be happy, to feel content, and to come to results. Because like an internal locus of control is highly correlated with happiness, self-control, feeling empowered, and feeling positive about yourself. So that is the reason why it's so important to develop or to have an internal locus of control. Because on the other hand, anxiety has a relation with having an external locus of control. So the two questions you have to ask yourself is, how much control do I have over my life in general? But you can also ask, like, how much control do I have over this situation? And the other one, and this is more like a belief in this question, and that is like, is life happening to you or is happening like for you? And then the question is like, if you are mainly looking at with an external locus of control, then there are like, how can you take more control over your life? Now, there's several ways to do that. And the first one is to be decisive and to take control. And what I mean by that is that if you like being decisive is like make a decision and stick to it. and not like make a decision and start ruminating about like the consequences or the impact that your decision had. And for a lot of people, like making decisions is tough, is a difficult thing to do, but it's something that you can practice. And you practice it by starting with very small decisions you can make. So start by like what I'm going to wear today, or am I going to take my bicycle, or I'm going to take the bus or the car. And like we make decisions all day, but not really conscious about it. And the first thing you can do is like be more conscious about the decisions that you're making and accepting the consequences. So like if you take the bicycle, the consequence can be like if it starts to rain, you get wet. But on the other hand, it's cheaper and it's healthier and better for the environment. So those are like the things you make a decision and then you stick to it and make the decision consciously, so that if you're on the bicycle and it starts to rain, that you accept that fact because you know it's healthier, it's better for the environment, and it's cheaper, and that's why you make that decision. So that's being decisive and taking control over that decision. Then the second one is to take control over your thoughts and your focus. And then it's decide where you want to focus on. So this is again in a situation that it's up to somebody else making the decision and you don't have a lot of control over it. Then you still have the control over your thoughts and your focus. Are you focusing on the stuff that you can control, or are the 1, 2, 3 things that you can control, are you focusing on that? And that is really important to do. Always ask yourself, like, is this situation gonna determine how my day goes? Like the people that I'm gonna interact, like, am I gonna be like frustrated or angry or grumpy because this happened to me? Or am I just gonna let it go right now because I cannot control it anyway, and I move on with my day? Where do you focus on? The third thing, and that's what I'm all about, is like turn stress into pressure. Don't ruminate, don't focus on where you don't have control over, don't like let that thought grow, but turn it into pressure. If you don't know how to do that, or if that sounds really complicated to do, I would say like go to bastinalexander.com/blueprint, because the Reboot Your Stress blueprint explains all about like how to deal with the stressor and turn it into a stressor, turn into pressure instead of anxiety. Because remember, anxiety will only cost you time and energy and put you in the wrong state of mind. And you have the control, even though it can be difficult in the beginning, but you can practice it, you can focus on it to turn it into pressure, to turn it into results, and grow the impact that you have in this world. That was it for today, the video. I hope you enjoyed it. Please, if you have any questions, if you have any comments, let me know. Make comments in the section below or shoot me an email. You can also like the video or share the video if you think that other people also benefit from these videos. Then please share it with them, because again, like I'm on my mission to help as many women as possible to deal with their anxiety, and I need your help to spread the word. Thank you in advance, and I'll see you with the next video. Saludos!